everyone, welcome to EduTerrain and a warm good evening to you all. Hope my voice is audible and the screen is clear. Just give me a second. Yes, it is audible. I can see that it's clear. Okay. So, before starting, a very happy Mahashivratri to you all and a very happy Women's Day as well. So, with this, let's focus on our today's session, that is all about the MSPs, that is minimum support price. This MSP, it has in all over the news since the last few weeks, since Feb 13th to be precise, because again farmers have started agitation for the legalization of MSP and various other demands. Earlier in 2020-21, they were demanding only for the MSP. Major demand was for legalization of MSP. But now along with that, they are focusing on the compensation for those farmers who have laid down their lives in the earlier agitation and all that. So MSP is all over the news. So in this session, we'll be looking into what exactly is MSP, when and where it all started, what is its history, and how is MSP calculated, and what are the various organizations or institutions that are associated with the MSPs. All that we'll be looking into in this session. Again, it's important as part of your various competitive examinations, be it RBI or NABARD or AFO and other examinations, क्योंकि current affairs से अभी जुड़ गया है ये. Okay. These are my credentials. You can go through it later as well. Now coming to MSP. Now what is MSP? As we have seen, it is the minimum support price that is set by the government at which the farmers can expect to sell their produce for that particular season. And MSPs, please note, always announced by the central government. Okay, that too before the sowing season starts. It's not after or any time, but before the sowing season starts, the MSPs are declared for various crops, for Kharif crops, Rabi crops and few commercial crops as well, so that accordingly the farmers can take an informed decision. Now, Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs, that is the central government, जो cabinet है, that would announce the MSP at the beginning of each sowing season. Very, very important. This was a question that was asked in NABARD once. Who announces and who recommends these prices? CACP, Commission for Cost and Prices. This is the one that recommends the MSPs, and CCEA, that is the central government, actually announces them. Recommendations, as I've said, done by the Commission for Agricultural Cost and Prices. Important. Okay. Now, who are the ones? See, why MSP is important? See, when we talk about especially these agriculture commodities or the crops, always they would be seasonal, and whenever they are seasonal, you can expect that the entire farming community, they will be sowing the same, almost the same in various places, the same kind of crop like wheat, paddy, wheat. Rabi crop में wheat सबसे ज़्यादा आता है, wheat, मस्टर्ड एक्सेट्रा. वही खरीफ क्रॉप्स में आता है आपका पैडी एंड अदर क्रॉप्स, राइट. सो ऑब्वियसली एक बार मार्केट में प्रोड्यूस आ गया मतलब ग्लट आ जाता है. सो अगेन डिमांड सप्लाई का मिसमैच. सो ऑब्वियसली देयर इज अ चांस दैट प्राइसेस फॉल डाउन. Okay, in order to protect the farmers, this MSP's regime was started in 1960s. उस टाइम पे क्या हुआ था, हाई यील्डिंग वेराइटीज बहुत ज़्यादा आए थे. सो प्रोड्यूस भी अच्छे से आने लगा था एंड मार्केट में अच्छे से ग्लट आ गया था. ओके, व्हेन द ग्लट हैज स्टार्टेड, ऑब्वियसली द प्राइसेस क्रैश्ड. In order to protect the farmers during that time, MSP was launched for the first time for wheat. Later it got, they started providing MSPs for various crops, and whenever there is any mismatch in the market price and MSPs, there are few nodal agencies which are also called as either centralized procurement agencies or the state procurement agencies. They will venture into the market and procure the produce from the farmer at MSPs. This we have already discussed in yesterday's session, that PM Asha scheme is one. PM ऐसा scheme है wherein they look in this procurement and all this, whether physical procurement or just paying the differential amount between the market price and the MSP, right, or prodding the private stockist to purchase from the farmers at MSP. All that we have discussed in yesterday's session. Okay, so here we'll be looking into what exactly is MSP. So FCA and NABARD are the ones that help center to procure select food crops with the help of the state procurement agencies. Okay, this we have discussed today also. The National Agriculture Cooperation Marketing Federation, that is the NABARD in this case, and National Cooperative Consumer Federation, NCCF, both of these which are under the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. NABARD is National Agricultural Cooperative Marketing Federation of India, okay, and National Cooperative Consumer Federation of India Limited, it is NCCF. So they will be the central nodal agencies to undertake price support operations at the MSP in the coconut growing areas, and sometimes they also venture out to procure other crops as well, like pulses and oilseeds. Okay, and FCI, this is a designated, that is a Food Corporation of India. It is a designated central nodal agency which is under the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Public Distribution. Okay, and it supports price support operations for cereals, pulses and oilseeds. And Cotton Corporation of India for undertaking the price support operations for cotton. Jute Corporation of India, it acts as central nodal agency for undertaking the price support operations for jute, and these two are under the Ministry of Textiles. ये Ministry of Textiles के अंडर है, this is under the Ministry of Consumer Affairs and Public Distribution के अंडर है, and these two under the Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. So everything is already set. Okay, so MSPs में भी कभी भी कुछ भी problem होता है, immediately these nodal agencies will venture out. Now, how are the MSPs calculated and how many crops are there? See, the CACP, Commission for Agricultural Cost and Prices, sorry. See, wherever you feel like you're not able to understand or you're having query, keep on asking me. I'll be looking into the queries and getting back to you. Okay, CACP recommends MSP for 23 crops, 22 regular mandated, okay, plus 1 sugarcane, that is FRP. Important. Okay, उसमें 7 there are cereals, 5 there are pulses, and 7 again there are oilseeds. Along with that, they also release MSPs for 4 commercial crops, of which sugarcane का हमारा आता है fair and remunerative. Why not? See, MSP, as I've said yesterday also in the class, that they will look at fair average quality and accordingly they will decide whether to procure based on the standard they have set under FAQ. But when it comes to sugarcane, it is based on the sugar content, the extraction of sugar, right? So based on the percentage of sugar extraction from the sugarcane, they will set a bandwidth. So FRP में क्या है? They are looking at fair and remunerative according to the juice content, sugar juice content that they are extracting. The FRP will go up and down. Okay. वो किस तरह से है आगे we'll discuss about FRP. There I'll be able to explain with the latest figures. Now, how is this done? See, CACP, it has various members on its board, and they have farmers also on their board. Okay, so what they do is they get all the information based on the international prices, price parity, changes in prices, cost of production. Okay, everything they pool the data, and after that they arrive at the cost of production based on which MSPs would be set. And how will they release these MSPs or the price reports? For which price policy reports are released every year for 5 groups. Those include Kharif crops, Rabi crops, sugarcane, raw jute and copra. Based on these price policy reports only, they will send whatever the data that they have collected. Okay, this is what we recommend. Prices for these crops, that is Kharif crops के लिए इतना, Rabi crops, etc. And that all where do they send? To CCEA. Now, once CCEA receives these figures, they will again distribute all these figures. They'll send these details to the various stakeholders at ministries, organizations, institutions who are associated with farming fraternity. Once that happens, what will happen? Again, they will get all the feedback. Accordingly, they will announce. They will decide and they will announce. But till today, there is there isn't any mismatch between the recommendations of CACP and the declarations or the announcements by the central government. Okay, almost दोनों का हमेशा सेम ही रहता है, but still there is a protocol to follow that they will definitely follow. So always CACP recommends the prices and it is announced by the central government. Okay, now what are the factors they consider while MSP calculations? That include, as I said, domestic and international prices of crops, intercrop price parity, the demand supply situation, and overall the cost of production. This is one of the most important aspect among all these factors that are considered by CACP for MSP calculation. इसका भी एक बार क्वेश्चन आया था इसमें. Okay, now Swaminathan committee, long back they have prescribed 3 variables in determining this production cost or the cost of production, based on which the MSP calculation is done. Okay, there are 3 variables. 1, A2. A2 is nothing but the out-of-pocket expenses incurred by the farmers, including loan for fertilizers, fuel, machinery, irrigation, cost of leasing land, inputs, everything. जो के out of pocket expenditure होता है, in expenses, that all will fall under this A2. Next आता है A2 plus F. So out of pocket expenditure plus family labor. कई बार ऐसा होता है कि contribution by the family laborers, that also they have to add. Okay, though they are not paying money to them, wages, etc., but still they are investing their time, energy, everything into this. So that is also calculated A2 plus FL. And the third variable that Swaminathan committee has highlighted is the comprehensive cost, that is the actual cost of production. In addition to the A2 plus FL, out of pocket expenses plus family labor, there is something the amount that is foregone, or the rent interest that is foregone on land. See, कई बार ऐसा होता है machinery, land, etc. is owned by the farmer itself, right? So उसको कोई rent वो सब pay करने की जरूरत नहीं होती है. But in case he doesn't own the land, he doesn't own the machinery, so he has to hire. So there would be some amount for that X amount. That X amount is added here. So A2 plus FL plus opportunity, whatever the cost that they would have incurred, that X, that is added here. Now what Swaminathan committee has to say is, this is the best way to use and calculate MSP. So here, as per the committee, the ideal formula to calculate the MSP would be MSP is equal to C2, this C2 plus 50% of C2. Okay, this is what the committee has recommended. Now what does the government follow? Government follows A2 plus FL plus 50% of A2 plus FL, or 1.5 times the A2 plus FL, but not the comprehensive cost. तो जो अभी agitation चल रही है, what they have to say is, we have to take the comprehensive cost, only then the MSP calculation would be justified for the farmers. Okay. Now, when did they declare this? Union Budget 2018-19. This is also important. When the MSPs have एक सही formula दिया था, that was given in 2018-19 Union Budget. They said that MSP to be 1.5 times the production cost, that is A2 plus FL, not the comprehensive cost. This is what the Union Budget has said. As per which the price policy for Kharif crops, marketing season by CACP, that as released by CACP, they always take it as this 1.5 times the A2 plus FL. Okay. See, Government of India in March 2020, they said that production cost would be one of the main factors to determine the MSP, and the CACP considers all the cost in a comprehensive manner. But production cost or the cost of production would be the main criteria. Okay. Now what is the history? We have just a couple of minutes back I have told you that it was launched somewhere in 1960s. So it was in 1966-67 for the first time MSP was fixed for wheat at 54 rupees per quintal, and this is to boost the demand, the domestic production through green revolution technologies, because they, during that time, when the glut was there in the market because of the green revolution aspects, what happened, the farmers were not showing interest after that. Okay, though we have put in a lot of efforts and we have come up with so much production, but still we are not able to get the we couldn't realize that price, we couldn't get that income or the profits that we are supposed to. So then came the government to their rescue and came up with this MSP, and after that slowly this has been attributed to various other crops as well. Okay, now अभी तक हमने देखा है क्विक रिकैप, हमने देखा है कि MSPs का हिस्ट्री क्या है, वाई एंड व्हेन इट ऑल स्टार्टेड, एंड अभी का क्या सिचुएशन है, विच आर द नोडल एजेंसीज, हाउ MSP is calculated, who calculates that, who recommends that, who announces that, we have seen all. Now let's have a quick look at the latest MSPs of various crops. अब यही फाइनल रहेगा आपके एग्जाम तक. अगर इफ जून तक, अगर मई जून तक अगर नोटिफिकेशन नहीं आए तो मे बी खरीफ वाले MSPs न्यू वंस यू विल गेट, अदरवाइज रबी MSPs वुड नॉट चेंज, क्योंकि फिर चेंज होगा तो वी हैव टू वेट टिल सितंबर में नया आएगा. एंड अदर्स ऑल्सो दे हैव बीन रिलीज्ड वेरी रिसेंटली. ओके, सो व्हेन वी लुक एट द रबी MSPs, 1 2 3 4 5 6 रबी MSPs are declared, and this is for the year 2024-25, that is 2024 में जो अभी रबी क्रॉप्स सोइंग हुए हैं, that is in December Jan, these prices are applicable for that. Again September या फिर अक्टूबर में नए प्राइसेस आएंगे MSPs for रबी. This is रबी marketing season, RMS, and always it is rupee quintal that they highlight. So MSPs for रबी marketing season 2024-25. For wheat it is 275, barley 1850, and other are here. And there are three kinds of questions that you can get from these MSP. So one, they can ask you what is the MSP of so and so crop. Okay, they can ask you what is the MSP of lentil for the Rabi marketing season 2024-25. Okay, so here 6-4 is the answer. Second kind of question, they can ask you which among the following crops has received the highest MSP or the lowest MSP. Okay, RMS में देखा जाए तो highest MSP has been received by the lentil or masoor generally, and the lowest is for bar. And they can also ask you on which of the following crops has received the highest absolute increase in MSP, and as you can see here, highest absolute increase, it is for lentil again. Or one more kind of question, the fourth kind of question that you can get is which of the following crops has received the highest margin over cost. Okay, so here it is wheat that has received the highest margin over, that is normally 1.5 times A2 plus FL, right? Here it is more than that, more than 1.5 times, so almost double, almost two times of A2 FL has received. Okay, but when we look at the comprehensive costing, this will go down to 1.3% or 1.4%, so not even 1.5 times when we take comprehensive costing into account. So this is about the Rabi MSPs. One second, what happened? It's not working. Yes, so next comes is the Kharif marketing season, that is KMS. This is इज 2023-24, क्योंकि 2023 खरीफ में उन्होंने लॉन्च किया था. सो इट वुड बी टिल अगेन द सोइंग ऑफ खरीफ, उस टाइम पे फिर चेंज होगा. सो दिस अगेन यू विल गेट समवेयर अराउंड मे और सो. सो तब तक यही रहेगा हमारे लिए. एज यू कैन सी हियर, दिस इज 1 क्रॉप, दिस इज 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. So Kharif crops के लिए MSP is released, and as you can see here, these are the MSPs for 2023-24, and this is the increase in MSP over 2022-23, and this is the margin over the MSPs. That is cost of production कितना है, 1.5 times. ये कितना, almost सबका 1.5 times है except बाजरा which has got 1.8. Okay, otherwise these are the prices important again. Okay, now moving on to our fair and remunerative pricing for sugarcane. This again it is for 2024-25, and this for this season it has been given 340 rupees per quintal at sugar recovery rate of 10.25%. उतना शुगर रिकवरी रेट है. दैट इज फॉर एवरी 100 ml ऑफ जूस दिस मच 10.25 grams उतना शुगर आता है. सो दैट इज द 10.25%, विच इज 8% हायर. ये 8% हायर FRP than the previous year. Now after which for every increase in the recovery by 0.1%, so 10.25 की जगह 10.35 हुआ है रिकवरी, then the farmers will get additional price of 3.32, that is 343.32. Likewise for every 0.1% increase they will additional 3.32 rupees increase होगा, and similarly for every decrease of 0.1% again 3.32 amount would be deducted. Okay, but again when coming to the lower side there is a threshold. You can't get a minimum, no, 315 से कम नहीं जाएगा. Even if the recovery rate is 8 also, you will get 315.1 only. That is a minimum threshold that they have to maintain. So 315.1 per quintal is the minimum price of sugarcane, which is at a recovery of 9.4%. So important, ये 3 points are important here. As per the A2 plus FL cost, it is 107% higher than A2 plus FL. That is close to again 2 times the cost of production that the FRP has been fixed. That's why it's called as fair and remunerative. The farmer who has put in lot of efforts into growing or whatever, so the higher the recovery rate, higher would be the FRP that he would receive. Okay, that's why it's called as fair and remunerative price rather than MSP. Important. Now MSP for raw jute, this also yesterday only they have released, yesterday or day before yesterday, for 2024-25. MSP of raw jute of TDN3 equivalent to, that is their grades. They have jute and cotton, these all have various grades. So accordingly it is TDN3 which is equivalent to TD5 grade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 उस तरह से grades होते हैं. For this grade which is average quality when compared to the others, it is fixed at 5,335 per quintal, which is a return of 64.8%. Normally 50% होता है. So again they are saying that this again A2 plus FL पे ही है. And here it is increase of 285 rupees per quintal for raw jute over the previous season. And it seems that obviously whenever market price it goes on beyond MSPs, Jute Corporation of India will come into picture to procure the jute from the farmers. So it seems that government has procured for this 2023-24 season 6.24 lakh bales of raw jute at the cost of 524.32 crores, benefiting around 1.65 lakh farmers. You have to remember the most important points. What is the MSP of raw jute? How much is the increase over the previous year? उतना बहुत important है. And how much is the cost of production they have attributed. Next comes is the MSP of copra. Now MSP of copra में there are two qualities. So one, the fair and average quality of milk milling copra, that is cut into half, 2 pieces में आता है वो copra, which is 11,160 per quintal. एंड बॉल कोपरा, बिल्कुल यहाँ नॉर्थ इंडिया में बॉल कोपरा बहुत मिलता है, साउथ इंडिया में मिलिंग कोपरा बहुत मिलता है. इट इज at 12,000 per quintal, which margin of 51.8584% for milling copra and 63.26% for ball copra, which is again more than 1.5 times the all India weighted average of cost of production. Now milling copra, it is generally used to extract oil, coconut oil, that which is edible, and ball or edible copra generally used as dry fruit and for other religious purposes. Now which are the states that are major producers of this? Kerala and Tamil Nadu are the major producers of milling copra. Okay, and ball copra is produced predominantly in Karnataka. Important. And excuse me, MSP for 2024 season is an increase of rupees 300 per quintal for milling copra, and it is 250 rupees per quintal increase over the previous year for ball copra. This also is important. Only I have highlighted the most important points related to MSPs. Okay, if you see this, it seems that 2014 comparison में 113% increase हुआ है MSPs पे, and for ball copra it is 118% increase since the last few years, 2014-15 to 2024-25. Okay, so this is about MSP copra. So this is all from my end. Thank you. Thank you very much for being with me, for being so patient. Now the forum is open for your queries, questions, and comments on today's session. How did you find the session? And any suggestions, all are welcome. Yes. So let's have a quick recap. We have seen MSPs, its history, why it is important for our examination purpose, because it is all over the news now owing to the agitation, that is farmers agitation, that they are saying it as 2.0 because 2020-21 में भी हुआ था, and again now they are protesting for these legalization. बीच में गवर्नमेंट ने एक और सजेशन दिया था, ओके विल फिक्स इट फॉर द नेक्स्ट 5 years, will definitely have MSPs. After that again we'll review it, but that also they have rejected. Okay, Arpan, all these points are important for RBI as well. Say for example, अगर फॉर्मूला का देखा जाए तो it is A2 plus FL, C2, इसके लिए एजिटेशन चल रही है. सो दिस वुड बी इम्पोर्टेंट. वाई एजिटेशन इसीलिए हो रही है कि नाउ करेंटली दे आर प्रोवाइडिंग एट A2 plus FL, बट फार्मर्स आर आस्किंग फॉर C2, कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव कॉस्ट. व्हाट इज दैट? नाउ यू अंडरस्टूड. एंड अगेन 2, लीगलाइजेशन ऑफ दिस, एंड 3, व्हाट एल्स इज देयर? एक तो A2 plus FL की जगह C2, 1 लीगलाइजेशन, एक. सो दोनों ही हमने कवर कर लिया है. सो दिस वुड बी इम्पोर्टेंट. MSPs as such, now since it's all over the news, you should have an understanding of what are the MSPs of various crops. FRP, MS पूछे नहीं पूछे, but this would be important, the agitation part for RBI. yes sir, पर अभी एक आइडिया हो गया आपका. Okay, so it would be easy for you to answer on any question that can be asked on this topic, but they want to go depth की highest MSP किसका था या lowest MSP. maybe they can ask MSPs क्या होते हैं, या फिर what is the agitation all about, दो no उस पे questions पूछने के chances ज़्यादा है. For others you have to focus on every nuance of whatever that we have discussed today. Okay Arpan, hope I'm able to answer your query. Okay. Okay, since I'm not getting any queries, I'm winding up the session. I don't want you to hold up. आज महाशिवरात्रि है. I don't know, many of you might be fasting, So you might be going on जागरण. आज तो बहुत ज़्यादा चलता है जागरण, right? So a very happy Mahashratri to you all once again. So with this I'm winding up the session. Again, even after this, if you have any queries, questions or suggestions, you all know Telegram में Telegram में हमारा group है. There you can discuss everything openly. Okay? Yes, thank you very much once again. Please take good care of yourself. Have a great weekend ahead. See you all on Monday then with another exciting series that would be helpful for your examination. Thank you very much once again. Take care. Bye bye. Good night.